Hey y'all, my name is Alil. For those who haven't met me yet, welcome. If you do know me, you probably associate me more with strength training and fitness related content. And I'm sure you're wondering what's happening here, what this is all about. So I want to take a few minutes to explain and properly introduce this channel and what's going to be happening here. So I made a list. Now, number one is hashtag car nerd. Now, if you know me well, you know I've always been into cars. As a little kid, I went through numerous sketch pads of car drawings and different car designs. You can ask my dad. At one point, I actually wanted to be a car designer. A little bit of lore for you. Another point, I actually wanted to be a NASCAR driver as well. Now that didn't pan out, obviously, but all led me to here. So I say all that to say, now the fitness thing, that's not going anywhere, but this is going to be a new page designated to me exploring things in the automotive industry as it relates to building cars, working on cars, and the like. Now, speaking on me always being a car nerd is I've always been a DIYer as well, and I come from a long line of DIYers. My dad was a flight mechanic in the Air Force, so he taught me more or less the basics of doing oil changes and doing some very minimal car repairs. I've very fond memories of holding the flashlight for him while he was working on his truck or trying to explain some concept or why you need to do this or this. He actually helped me buy my first car. Was a pretty interesting story I'll go into maybe another point. But beyond that, my grandfather actually was a master mechanic, so I guess I caught the bug from him. I've heard numerous stories of him breaking down cars in the driveway and building them back up, and how he could fix just about anything with his hands. And I feel very proud to have known him and known that side of him, having at least just a couple of conversations with him about cars when I did get that chance, and feel very proud to be part of that legacy and maybe pass on that through this avenue as well. So I say all that to say I've always been a DIYer within my skill set, within my ability. I've done all my work on my cars, everything from basic oil changes, changing out a light bulb, to a huge project, which will be some of the first videos coming out on this channel as well. So a little bit of a little bit of a spoiler, or maybe not a spoiler, but a little bit of an Easter egg, if you will, more in the foreshadowing. That's what I was looking for. Some foreshadowing coming down the pipeline. Number three is I've always appreciated the philosophy of learning by teaching. And what I mean by that is something in the personal development world. It's a well-known quote to the effect of you learn when you teach something to someone, you learn it twice because you get to learn it from a different perspective, like explaining it a little bit differently. And so I've always found that to be true from a fitness and wellness perspective. And so this is my way of reinforcing, re-ingraining my knowledge and automotive skill set and passing it along to you, whoever you are. Now, full disclaimer, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not certified. I'm not going to pretend to know everything or be the expert on these things, but I am happy and excited to share on what I've learned to you, whoever you are. Now, that dives me down into number four, is as I've followed the landscape of automotive YouTubers and automotive content creators and such, I noticed that there weren't quite as many people that looked like me putting out the kind of content that I like to see. Now, there's nothing against the people that are already doing great things and putting out really amazing content, and that's still great, and I'll definitely still follow those people and get inspired by them and all of that. But I figured, why not throw my hat in the ring and just see where this goes? So this is really just me putting myself out there and something a little bit different. This is definitely new for me. Maybe not quite new, but putting out this kind of content is definitely new for me. So excited to be on this journey and see where it goes. So number five is expectations for this channel. So this is essentially me cataloging my journey of continuing to expand my skill set of automotive repairs, automotive performance enhancements, all those kind of things. My first few videos I alluded to are going to be a huge, huge project. I'm just going to put it out there of me changing out the clutch in my daily driver, my Honda. So keep an eye out for that. That is the foreshadowing, a little bit of a spoiler, if you will. So keep an eye out for that. But ideally, it's not best practice to make your daily driver your project car. So at some point, I do want to get a project car that I can mess with and break and what have you. So it's not super high stakes. So keep an eye out for that. There's definitely going to be more to come. Of course, I'll still be working on this alongside it as well. But this is, like I said, essentially me cataloging my journey of expanding that skill set, continuing to learn new things as it relates to car repairs, car performance enhancements, and all those kind of things, and seeing where this goes. So if you're here to support, I welcome you and I appreciate you. If you're here to hate watch, I welcome that too. I definitely appreciate any constructive criticism and comments. All I ask is that you be kind. There's enough hate in the world as it is. And also, criticism without kindness is really just being a hater. And let's not do that. So I say all that to say thank you, whoever you are, if you've watched this all the way to the end. I appreciate you, and keep an eye out for more to come. Until then, onward.